Hello, everyone. Skyla Post here with soon to be SkylaPosts.com. As soon as the website is up and running, I will link it below for those of you that are interested. However, on this channel, you will see videos all about teaching ESL online, and in addition to that, we'll talk about health and wellness because it is a very big passion of mine, as well as lifestyle. When I say lifestyle, I mean lifestyle of a work from home mom. That's me. I have of I have 5 girls, okay? So you'll get to know me a little bit better, and I'll talk about what my life is like with 5 girls working from home, being a stay-at-home work from home mom, and I have twins in the mix. So that's what this channel will be about. Just teaching ESL online wellness and lifestyle of a work from home mom. Yeah. So this video is about teaching ESL online how. It's the fourth video in a video series about teaching ESL online what, when, where, and how. So, if you are wondering how do you teach ESL online, like what are the logistics of it, you are in the right place. That is the purpose of this video. Because we start hearing about you can teach English online and you can get paid. It's a great job. But how does it work? How do you actually do that? So, we'll talk about 4 things about how it works. The very first one is because it's online, you will be teaching on a computer. In some cases, you can teach on an iPad. It really will depend on the company and what they have set up for you. With VIP Kid, you actually can teach on an iPad. I do not have an iPad, so I have not taught from one. I have taught all of my classes from a computer, and I have heard that the mobile version is slightly different than the PC version. And then a lot of companies actually have an app that you download. So I teach from a PC app on my computer for them. And then I also teach for GoGo Kid, and they just recently came out with a computer app as well. And they just came out with a phone app too. And then a lot of companies now have like a teaching app that you can um, check things on your phone, but then you teach on the computer or an iPad. So, yes, you will start out with a computer and you will teach. Keep in mind that they are doing wonderful things with the online classroom, which is my second point, that we have an online classroom. I just want you to know that if you try to use a Chromebook or a netbook or something similar, it usually cannot open up and run all of the classroom functions. So in the past, you could teach on those for some companies, but now that they have come farther along and they've added in features, it's just not supported with a Chromebook or a netbook. So keep that in mind. It needs to be an actual desktop or laptop, or for some companies, and you'll have to check with the company specifically that you're looking into if you can teach from an iPad. So the first one's a computer. The second one is there is an online classroom. But what is it and how does it work? So it's a format similar to Skype or Zoom, where you'll have a video box, the student will have a video box. Sometimes they're up like on top of each other on the side, sometimes they're above, but there will always be a video box so you can see each other just on live video, and then there will be a square with your lesson. So a PowerPoint lesson will be provided for you for most companies. They like to have their curriculum, they like to advertise their curriculum, and so it's wonderful because we get to teach from lessons that are provided. So when you come into that online classroom, you'll see the box with the PowerPoint, and then there will be video boxes, one of you and one of the students somewhere. I mean, it could be on either side, on top, the bottom. That will just have to do with how your company has set that up. So you'll have the PowerPoint spot, you'll have the video boxes, and then most will have a chat box as well. And so you can type in the chat box, the students will see those messages, except sometimes when they're on an iPad, they have to open the chat box and they don't see it right away. But yeah, so usually there's a little chat box, and most companies have IT help that can help you, and you can contact them through like a button and through the chat box. Something that's really interesting with GoGoKid is when you type in the chat box with them, it translates into Chinese. So you actually get to see the English and Chinese of the full conversation, which is very interesting. And then with VIPKid, it's just English. I'm not sure with some other companies if theirs is English only or not. But that's kind of a fun thing that some will do. So yes, you'll teach on a computer, desktop or laptop, typically, once in a while an iPad, and then you'll be in an online classroom. It's a format kind of like Skype or Zoom. There will be video, a PowerPoint, and often a chat box. Okay? So not too crazy yet. The third thing is teaching aids. You will prepare ahead of time teaching aids. Now, that could be props, which, I mean, sometimes people will print off, I laminate and magnet things, but you might have a whiteboard. Here's my cheat sheet. You might have a whiteboard that you use. You may have a doll of some kind. Um, you might print something off. So this is considered a 3D prop, of course. And then these are 2D props because they're just printed pictures. A lot of people are incorporating digital props, which is wonderful. And we can make an entire video on props and teaching aids. But that just gives you kind of a quick idea of how you may prepare ahead of time lesson-related teaching aids. And then, in addition to the teaching aids, we will use a format called Total Physical Response, or TPR. So that's my fourth one that I want to talk about. So computer, online classroom, teaching aids such as props, and then TPR, Total Physical Response. Because this is a full immersion program, we only speak English with the students. So what can we do to help them understand the things that we are saying? So the companies will teach you about total physical response. They often will teach you about props and things that are effective. So there are 4 main things that you can look at for modeling and guiding the student, but it's all based off of ways to move your body that they could follow it, and using simple language along with that. So very quick example of a form of TPR would be something like, what do you see? So my hand gestures is the TPR. The student should know what you're asking based on the actions. It's also very clear to them that you are actually asking a question because you stopped, you thought, and now they know you want them to speak back and answer. So changing your tone and then having motions with your body to guide the words that are coming out of your mouth. So that's just a very simple model or explanation of what total physical response is. So how do you teach ESL online? You are on a computer, you are in an online classroom, you have prepared ahead of time teaching props, and you also will be using something called total physical response. Now, during the hiring process, the company that you choose to apply for or you just started with will provide you with some materials and things. If you feel that you would like a mentor or that you need a little bit more than just what you get from the training, or maybe you need help implementing those things, I'm happy to help anybody who is looking. And it doesn't matter which companies you're looking at. These principles and things like the TPR and the teaching aids, there are things that can carry over to across um, any of the teaching ESL online techniques. So you can always email me um, or comment below or both. Remember, my email's skylessposts@gmail.com. And then if you want the free ebook, email me. If you have questions, email me. Anything like that. I'm happy to help. I'm here to help. I've been teaching for 3.5 years. I've been teaching ESL online. I have mentioned in other videos, but I do work for 2 companies, for VIP Kid and GoGo Kid. So if you are wanting more information on those companies specifically, I can get you that. If you're wanting help just with teaching ESL online and things like that, I can help you as well. So yeah, that's the logistics of how you teach ESL online.